Ron Bass, James J. Dillon, and now here comes Nature Boy Buddy Landell. And I want to talk to you about a situation that I mentioned during his match just now, and that is, I've noticed, especially after last week's program, I've noticed there may be some turmoil, maybe some dissension in your camp. And let me ask you point blank, is that the case? Is something going wrong in the camp of James J. Dillon?
Well, I have heard rumors going around. I think it's just as well that we get this thing all cleared out right here and now. I first want to say that one of the reasons that I've been very successful over the years is because from time to time, I do rekindle that intensity that exists in every successful athlete. Some people are motivated by different things. I push the Nature Boy Buddy Landell one way, I push the Big Cowboy in another way. But don't for 1 minute mistake that as being dissension when that intensity comes out, be it in a match, be it in an interview, or whatever takes place. Because one of the things that happens is, you see, that people cannot defeat my men in the ring. So what they do is they spread these vicious rumors. They try to undermine my authority, try to undermine my proven methods. And I want to make it clear right here and now, I want to go on record as saying there is absolutely no dissension whatsoever in my camp. Isn't that right, Cowboy?
I don't know if you'd call it dissension or not, JJ, but I want to point out a few questions that ain't clear in my mind. First of all, I presented you with 5 different championships, brother. The Florida heavyweight champion, the Southern heavyweight champion, the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Myself and Bart were the Mid-Atlantic tag team champions. We were United States tag team champions. Now, all of a sudden, brother, I earned my shot at the Ric Flair, brother. I want to know how he was giving it, son.
Ain't nobody trying to cut you out of the scene, brother. It's just you cramp our style, man.
Oh, hold on now. My goodness. James J. Dillon, Nature Boy Buddy Landell, and Cowboy Ron Bass, don't go away. It's kind of been dissolved.
Dissolved, I guess, is kind of an understatement, Tony. I'm going to try to keep myself under control out here and kind of make sense when I talk instead of hollering and screaming. But believe me, it's going to be kind of hard, because whenever I think of J.J. Dillon and his little stooge, Nature Boy Buddy Landell, it makes my blood kind of boil just a little bit, and it's hard really to stay under control. But, Tony, I understand you got some film that I want to show the people out here today, and I want to make a few comments about it just to see what has passed between myself, J.J. Dillon, and one Buddy Landell. First of all, let me say, I was in a bull rope match with one Buzz Avalanche Tyler. I'm going to have to say Buzz Tyler's probably been one of the toughest opponents I've ever been into the ring with. He proved himself time and time again. But right here you see Buddy Landell, which happens to be the second time. It ain't the first time, but it's the second time that he comes sticking his nose into my business and caused me to lose a match which I'd never lost before. I had never, and I repeat, in my professional career, ever lost a bull rope match. And I'm going to have to say here, I didn't lose it. Mr. Buddy Landell caused me to lose it. And then he was so arrogant, he didn't even have enough class about him to come and say, hey, Bass, I'm sorry. What he does, he goes right over to one J.J. Dillon. He tries to pick him up, brush the little dust off his lapel, and try to get his hair right. They're into being pretty, brother. Let me tell you something, Landell and Dillon. Being pretty ain't where it's at. Being a man, facing people day after day is where it's at. Getting out and proving yourself to be a man. But right here, the man's going to get a little education. I'd had all that I could take from him, Tony, and it's time that I had to let a little of it out, you understand? I had to let it go. Dillon thinks he's going to pacify it again. He's done it 1 or 2 times. He says, hey, it was a mistake. But like I said, mistakes don't happen twice. And that's what I'm telling Dillon now. So I'll take care of it. Get out of my way. And I'm going to educate this little peacock a little bit. I'm going to show him that if you want to tackle the Big Cowboy, brother, you're going to have to pay the dues. Now, I don't know what possessed one J.J. Dillon. I have been the horse that has carried the load for a long time, Dillon. I have been your meal tickets. And what brought upon you to turn cold-blooded on me like you did, to hit me with a bell, and then to lay me out, brother. And let me say one thing, he cut me good. But Dillon, sure enough, you got me down for the time being. You and your little stooge, Buddy Landell. But you better believe that the Big Cowboy, he can take a lot of punishment, as you know. You've seen time and time again when I got into the ring, I faced some tough opponents, brother, and I took a beating, but I always got up on my own 2 feet, brother. So come on, Landell, lay them elbows down on me, brother. Yeah, I'm out right now. But as I said, what you're doing is you're waking up a sleeping giant. What you're doing is getting somebody hot, brother. And what you're doing is getting my dandruff up. Yeah, you walk out there now and you strut, brother. You leave me flat out. But now that I'm standing looking at you eyeball to eyeball, brother, now that it's going to be a little different story, Landell, it's going to be a little different story, Dylan. Whatever. I think back of all the titles that I put in your hands. The U.S. Tag Team Championships, myself and Bart. The Florida State Heavyweight Championship. The Southern Heavyweight Championship. The Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. And then the most important one come along, the world title, brother. You give it away to somebody else, and then you take it upon yourself to try to bust me wide open, try to get rid of me, sweep me under the rug, get rid of me. You think that my value was done. Let me tell you something, Dylan. It's not done. It's just woke up, and all I need is for you to get to the ring. I want you and Landell both, brother. If you both want to get in the ring, get in there with a big cowboy. It'll be 1, 2, 3, brother, because I want to get them pretty faces right there in that claw. And when I squeeze, brother, and when I squeeze, I'm going to be like a turtle. I ain't letting loose till it thunders.
Let's go back to the...
I think you've seen the light. Run back.
You know, David, I'm going to come out here. I want to talk just a little bit about two people that kind of make my blood boil every time I mention their name. And that's one J.J. Dillon and one Nature Girl Buddy Landell. And you know, they come out here and they thought, brother, that they put the big cowboy down for the count. They thought they were just going to roll him out, and that's going to be all of it. They made a big name for themselves. They got a feather in their cap, and that's all there is to it. Well, gentlemen, that's not all there is to it, because now then, you're going to have a big cowboy looking at you face to face wherever you go. You think, brother, that you've had a burr under your saddle before, that you think you've had problems with people? Well, you ain't just seen the start of it, Dillon and Landell. Because now then, brother, I'm as big as an elephant, and I got a memory like one, son. I ain't gonna forget when I was laying on that mat and them elbows was coming down, brother. And you're not gonna forget it either, Dillon and Landell, when I put the claw on that head and squeeze it, brother.
We'll be back with more action right after.
Abdullah the Butcher on the floor. Bass going right after the big man. Into the steel post. Two giant men. Ron Bass, Abdullah the Butcher. Right here on World Wide Wrestling. Still, the action takes place outside of the ring. Finally now, the Butcher gets to the ring, and now Ron Bass is going to follow him in there. As you know, Cowboy Ron Bass, a changed man. For a long time, he really helped James J. Dillon make a name for himself. All the titles that he had won for Dillon. The Butcher, oh, he comes off with a blow to the throat. That was right in the throat. You see the right hand taped up as it rests on that rope. Obviously, it caught him right in the windpipe. Once again in the throat. And again. Now he's choking him. Tommy Young caught him with the break. A main event match anywhere in the world. Whip to the rope. Once again, he hits it. Will that take it? Oh, no. The elbow. He moved. He moved. Bass may be setting him up for the claw. Yes. It's the claw applied to Abdullah the Butcher. Oh, my goodness. There's Landell. Landell's in the ring. There's Dillon. They both got him from behind, and now both men are stomping at Cowboy Ron Bass. Bass had the claw applied, and now Dillon's calling for the figure four. He's got it locked in. Landell has it locked in. As the Butcher comes down on top of him. All three. There's Dusty. Dusty Rhodes. He hits the ring. Dusty Rhodes is in the ring. Dusty Rhodes has come in, and everybody takes the powder. The American Dream clears house. And that certainly is a good sight to see Dusty Rhodes come in. But not a good sight is to see Cowboy Ron Bass on his back on the ring. Cass will win the match on disqualification, and now Dusty's going to help the big cowboy up. And they embrace. Oh, that's a great sight. Cowboy.